Good morning, Thomas.
Hi, Shani. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Again, we missed the opportunity to meet physically. Okay, but you are here virtually, and as always, with great insights. So,
Yeah.
Thomas, you are from AllOfficeCenter. Thank you for supporting the conference. You have been supporting us for a big while now, and we're so happy to have you aboard. And always with a lot of data insight about the flexible co-working market. So I'll let you introduce yourself and switch immediately to your talk.
Thank you very much for the introduction. Yeah, I wish you a very good morning. Also, on behalf of the whole AllOfficeCenters team. I'm Thomas Schulz. I'm one of the three co-founders of AllOfficeCenters. And in case you don't know us, we are the leading flex office consultants in Europe and the only real estate brokers specializing exclusively in leasing and development of co-working space. And with that knowledge, we help our clients on every stage of their office journey when they start thinking about what they need to the very end of finding the right property. And the last 18 months, the COVID time has changed a lot. And not only the way we live or travel, but most importantly for all of us, the way we work. And that, of course, had big effects on what our clients need and how they come up with decisions. So after we spoke in 2019 at the co-working conference in Poland about the uncalculated value of flexible office space, and last year the first virtual conference about the first effects during the pandemic for the corporates. Today we want to take stock and look at how clients, and with that I mean all of our clients, the flex office clients, now they find the office solution, what is important to them, and which lasting effects the pandemic had on their demand. And what has happened over the last 18 months can be described as a revolution of how we work. And it's not just a revolution, but rather the biggest and quickest transformation of how we work. And the combination of work from home and work in the office has pushed the whole flex office tree to a much higher level. And it's really fair to say that remote work, either from home or any location in the world, at least also a new level, and it's here to stay. So it's now time to have a look what it all means for companies and their office space. In our finding of what has changed in the market, in the latest market trends, we bring you information you will not find in the usual industry reports, and gives you an update about what the new needs of companies are. And if you're aware of these major changes in the requirements, you can make your sales pitch even much more successful. So let's go into details. Here are the major market trends. The first big trend is the big disruption of office space markets. What we at AllOfficeCenters have realized that more and more companies question the need of conventional office space and consider moving into flex office solutions. And the new world of working remotely had speeded up that process as companies challenge their inflexible long-term commitments to a location and office space even much more than before the pandemic. And especially those being most critical about flex office solution before the crisis are now recognize the value add of flex office solutions. But this point brings us direct to the second trend, the growing importance of dedicated unit. This is rather a new trend, but it's growing in the importance of many clients. The fact that more companies have realized that flex space are also positive for them had led to this trend. And especially the bigger companies want to see their own corporate identity in their office or through being a flex solution. They want their own dedicated part inside the co-working center, which can be arranged according to their needs in terms of wall colors, logos, CI, and so on. The third trend, and it's a really huge trend, the phone booths and video conferencing areas are key criteria. This, I mean, you see it right now. This point may not be a big surprise as the whole world, or at least many people, turned into video call experts over the last 18 months. And I guess we all want to keep at least a part of this new way to meet. Maybe not next year in the co-working conference, but it helps us a lot to cut down our travel time. And for sure, of course, just meeting on video calls is not the same. And yeah, we all love the personal interaction during live meetings, but it's good to have the choice. But the big increase of video calls has also changed the requirements to office space, as they're almost impossible to do it in an open space office. And what is needed are many small corners or booths, or best small rooms for this new digital way of meeting. And for example, the small phone booths, which many co-working centers had pre-COVID, are now almost totally used for video calls. And that's important to know. Clients do specifically ask for a solution for this new way of communication. And those who are not have it on the agenda, they have to know and, most important, see your solution in your co-working center. The trend number 4 is the focus on meeting areas for staff interaction. Because in a remote world, it's not all about working. It's also all about meeting at work. And that's why social and meeting space is such an important part in a modern office setup. The main reason, of course, are internal catch-up meetings, but also the informal interaction of colleagues is an important feature in the new work world. Because after home office days, people need space to meet. And what I mean is not just a lounge area or something. That what is needed are proper meeting points for short conversations between 2 or 3 colleagues to bring each other up to speed regarding projects or topics they work on together. And we note a normal conference room is very often too stiff and you lose too much time. And it's exactly that informal setup of meeting corners, what many co-working spaces already have incorporated. So that is convincing many potential tenants. The trend number 5, membership cards are a game changer. This is definitely one of my favorite trends for this year, because we noticed that these membership cards, membership exit cards, however you call it, is a game changer in our clients' conversation. Almost every big client or every big company is interested in and look at this as an option. And that has increased a lot during the pandemic. And I mean, of course, that's actually quite clear if one looks at the client's needs and search profiles. Just one example of a typical search what we get very often in the last months For example, a company with 30 employees and want to expand to 40. And 10 employees are working 5 days a week in the office. 10 employees working 3 days in the office. 10 employees working complete remote. And 10 employees bound to be hired. So given that setup, how do we want to implement an efficient office strategy with a conventional office-based solution? And this kind of profile is what we are getting almost every day. And this brings us direct to the trend number 6. New hiring calls for new office concepts. Also, when you want to expand your business, it's not clear whether the new stuff will be working. That's what I mean, remotely or in the office. And this is adding to the already very complex office space process for the companies. And what we at AllOfficeCenters are currently notice is a very high degree of uncertainty with our clients regarding their growth strategy. And it's not the growth of their business which is preoccupying them, but how the future office space will develop. Nobody really knows whether the future colleagues will be in the office 5 days a week, or just 3 days, or probably working complete remote. Especially in metropolitan areas, good people are in high demand, and they can very often choose which way of working works for them best. And this brings us direct to the trend number 7, and the last one for today. Centrally located and designed space are key to re-attract staff to the office. Because many companies have realized that only working from home is not the way forward once the pandemic will fade away. And this is why companies need to focus on providing attractive office space to their employees too. And that's why central locations for co-working spaces are in even higher demand than before the pandemic. Because today, the employees have become consumers of the workplace with a much higher expectation of their working environment than ever before. In addition to employees expecting more, the companies competing more and more with each other to attract the best talents. Here's another example how things have changed in the past 18 months. In a company, our example rented 500 square meters in a B location before the pandemic. Now may need only 300 square meters because of more remote work. They can now rent an office space for comparable cost in the prime location. And the main goal of the decision makers is to be more central and to offer a higher office quality to their staff. And here is where flex office solutions are becoming into the choice for these companies, as they very often exactly provide what these companies need. The other non-central locations of the co-working spaces or co-working centers work very well for smaller companies that have employees who live nearby and they benefit from the short commute. So that brings me, unfortunately, to the end of my short speech today. Thanks for your time. I'm sure if you're aware of these new requirements from clients, you will find it easier to convince them about the benefits a flex office solution brings them. And there are plenty more opportunities out there if one knows the new specifications, and that's important. What we are saying always in the office, if you come up with a solution for the client. And
perfect.
Of course, we would be more than happy to dive deeper in this topic with you personally, to speaking about your expansion and acquisition strategy, about new markets or countries or locations or whatever. I'm really looking forward to hearing from you. But for now, thanks for organization for the second virtual conference and the whole team. And I hope everyone enjoy the rest of the conference. But these days, I think the most important is please stay healthy and hope to see you again in person. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Thomas. Great insight again, as always. People, feel free to reach out to Thomas and the team. There are some of them on the platform as well, or go on the website, or yes, they would be more than happy to interact with you. Thank you again, Thomas.
Thanks.
We have a panel that will be, I hope you will enjoy as well, just right now. All the best.
All the best. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.